Hey everybody, it's Knife here. I missed you all. I missed you all so much. I missed you. How you doing? I didn't actually write an intro for this one, so I don't really know what to do. But today we're playing Super Mario Galaxy. I love that game. Definitely one of my top Mario games. I mean, probably most people's top Mario game. It's just really good. It's really good. So I'm excited. It was really fun to play through again, and I'm excited to be able to talk about it in the video. So after the success of Super Mario 64, Shigeru Miyamoto wanted to kind of iron out all of the problems with 3D platforming. At the time, the solution seemed to be to create a sequel, so Shigeru Miyamoto got a small team together and they started working on Super Mario 128. Now, this was supposed to be for the Nintendo 64 disk drive, but if you've heard of that, you know just about how well that went, so the game never ended up coming out on the console. A few years later, at their Space World event, they showed off Mario 128, which had 128 Marios running around a plane, which turned into a bunch of things with the train moving around, eventually turned into a pizza, and it was just a cool little tech demo to show what the GameCube was capable of, and that technology actually was then used in the first Pikmin game, which is pretty cool. This demo would be one of the things that would help inspire Super Mario Galaxy, which was originally supposed to be a launch title for the Wii, but the development team knew they had something amazing on their hands, so they took an extra 11 months to cook it to perfection. Alright guys, I gotta be honest with you, playing all these games I used to play as a kid, it's making me feel like a little baby kid. Little kid baby. So, to counteract that and improve, I'm a real man. I'm gonna smoke some weed out of my weed bong before I play Super Mario Galaxy. Let's go.
Then I swim through the rivers of Babylon, and climb the mountains of Zion. Mango is woman, oh yeah, oh yeah. Mango is woman, oh yeah, got up in the morning, and see the dreaded Rastaman. Come on, where you come from? I come from New Hope. Smoke a spliff. Yeah, sure.
Nope. Alright, we're just gonna keep going. That didn't happen. Mario Galaxy has the most save files out of any 3D Mario game, with 8! Isn't that exciting? You can get one for the whole family, or you 8 times, if you want. You can also make the icons like a Mario character, or a Mii. Okay. This is also the first 3D Mario game with any bit of co-op. Now, it's not much, admittedly. It's really more of kind of a mode that you need when you have like a little sibling where they're like, oh, I want to play, and you're like, okay. But you don't actually want them to like do anything to affect your game. So the second player just has their cursor going across the screen, gathering the collectibles, which I'm not going to mention because I haven't talked about yet. So the game starts off with a short story about a comet that passes by the Mushroom Earth every 100 years. And every 100 years, the Mushroom Kingdom holds a festival in celebration of that comet. And for this particular festival, Princess Peach has written Mario to come accompany her during the showers. As you're walking through the festival, everything feels very calm and serene, warm, almost like you're coming back to a place that you've been many times before. And then Bowser shows up, and then Kamek shows up, and then a UFO shows up, and everything's Mario! Those are the Toads, and it's really bad, guys, and everyone's frozen, and Bowser has a fucking UFO, and I don't know, like, where'd that come from? I guess there's UFO mercenaries in Mario space. Huh. I don't know if it's just paired with, like, the calmness of the moment before, but something about the attack, it just feels extra violent for a Mario game. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not like it's anything actually violent, but for a Mario game, it feels kind of nuts. Like, you walk around, like, the Toads are frozen. There isn't anything you can do there. You can't jump on the little, like, crystals. They're just frozen there. That's it. So, they've done away with the full-blown voice acting from Super Mario Sunshine, which I can understand. But I do think it would have just been cool to have in the game. That was something I did really like about Super Mario Sunshine, was the fact that, like, most of the characters were fully voiced.
I don't know, I think maybe it was unique, you know, since they've already done that in, like, a Mario game before, but, like, maybe that's why I like it, but I don't know.
So, I guess Bowser's kind of given up on just trying to take Princess Peach herself, because this time, he takes her entire castle and brings it up into space. That's not good. So, you can't really breathe in space, also not good. And on the top of the list of things that aren't good is Kamek gives you a big old Kamek blast and shoots you out into space. So Mario seems to find himself on a very tiny planet, and this tiny planet seemingly is home to this little star guy. His name is Luma. He's a star. He transforms into a bunny real quick to play a game of chase, and after we have proven ourselves worthy by a game of chase, he shows us his mama, which is, in my opinion, one of the coolest characters introduced in a Mario game in a long time, Rosalina. Right? Like, that's all, like, she's cool. She's the queen of space. Fuck the Mushroom Kingdom. I got the queen of space right there, dude. Mario's in the wrong league here. Rosalina tells us that we are currently in the gateway to the starry sky, and to save our loved one, we will need to travel alongside Luma throughout space. The power of Luma gives Mario a spin, which is done by shaking the Wii Remote. I like this as opposed to a button, because the spin can do anything from giving you a buffer in the air to knocking over enemies, which I think can be pretty good, because sometimes younger players will panic while playing video games and will shake their controllers, and this time you actually get something out of it. After learning of our task, we are flown into the first level, which has us collecting pieces of a launch star. These launch stars are found throughout the game and will take you to different faraway places throughout each level. I think these launch stars also do a really good job at making the levels feel like they're pretty spaced out, because some of them can be pretty small, admittedly, but when you're flying across space to go from one tiny planet to the next, it just kind of feels that much better. At the end of the world, you need to revert all of these switches to open this cage to then get your first Grand Star. These Grand Stars are the main thing you get at the end of each world. With the power of the Grand Star, we fly to the Comet Observatory, which is the main hub world of the game. Here, we find Rosalina, the Lumas, and this wonderful, wonderful waltz. Let's just take a sec. Shut up, please, shut up. Let's take a second and let's enjoy this beautiful song. I'm not even doing a bit there. The music in this game is just that good. I mean, I recommend playing the game for the music alone. And it's really no surprise that the music in this game is so wonderful, because despite having names like Mohido Yokota and Koji Kondo, Nintendo ended up using a full orchestra for most of the tracks, which, I mean, it's just awesome. Like, that's actually really cool, I think. Amidst the beauty that is now your temporary home is the core reactor of the ship. This is what powers the Comet Observatory to fly throughout space, and is powered with power stars. Unfortunately, most were stolen by Bowser, but a few remain across the galaxy. Here, Rosalina tasks you to find the remaining ones, not just to go to the center of the universe to save Peach, but to save the entire universe. Isn't that kind of, that's a little heavier than Super Mario
Sunshine.
I don't know. Like, the last one, it was like, oh, you littered. So, since this game is in space, Nintendo kind of had to switch up the way the levels were laid out. So, each world, I guess, is in its own little dome. And in the dome, it has its own galaxies, which are all of the levels inside of the world. And each of those galaxies has a few different stars. Now, there are 42 galaxies in the entire game, and I gotta be honest, not a single one of them is bad. I don't think, and I'm not even a big fan of water levels in Mario games, but I don't even mind the ones in this one. Like, they're really just not that bad. Hi, buddy. The fact that they're so small, paired with the fact that you can just loop around a tiny planet, means that more often than not, you won't get lost in a level, which is good because sometimes that can be where a game gets really boring, and it can be just kind of where someone's, myself included, sets a game down. Yeah, they feel so in depth with just the different ways you can explore and the slight changes in between stars. Speaking of Power Stars, they are back as your main collectible in this game. You get one at the end of each level to collect them, and they go towards the power reactor. Stars aren't the only thing that you collect in this game, however. Starbits are the newly introduced collectible in this game, and besides tasting like honey, they are everywhere, and I mean everywhere. Fun fact, they are actually based on a real-life Japanese candy, so I think that's pretty cool. I learned that while doing a little bit of research for this video. These Starbits can either be collected or shot out with the cursor, or can be fed to a hungry Luma to unlock some secret levels. Oh, and the Starbits also make a fun noise when they're collected. Right? Alright, isn't that awesome? And I know you coin purists are freaking out right now.
Oh, my coins! Where are my coins? I want my coins in the Mario game. Oh, I want to play with my coins. Oh.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. They're there, okay? Calm the fuck down. These aren't as common, and they restore health this time, so chill. Coins are actually pretty nice though, because this time around you have 3 health points as opposed to the 8 that you had in Mario Sunshine and Super Mario 64. I'm gonna be honest, as crazy of a change as it might seem, you really don't get hit that often, so I mean, as long as you're just being a little cautious, you should be good. Throughout the game, there are a total of 23 different bosses, which I'm pretty sure at the point was the most different bosses in a Mario game, at least up until that point. I mean, I know that changed later, but at the time that was pretty cool. And while most of them were bosses that would be featured in kind of like the end of a galaxy, you would have a Bowser or a Bowser Jr. fight at the end of every dome. So, for example, like one of the Bowser Jr. fights, it has you going against a big robot named Megaleg in an almost Shadow of the Colossus style fight where you have to use bullet bills to go break a cage that has the Grand Star on top of the robot. Or Bowser's Lava Reactor, which has the music from Bowser in the Fire Sea from Super Mario 64, which I think is a pretty cool throwback. The Bowser battles themselves are usually kind of underwhelming. I don't know. I just think in this game it's really nothing too hard. However, bosses like King Caliente or Terrantox are definitely a lot more memorable for their fights. The Grand Stars, along with the Power Stars, are used as fuel for the Comet Observatory to fly throughout the universe. And all you need to head to the center of the universe and face off against Bowser is 60 Power Stars. Which, I don't know, it really isn't a lot. And if somehow you're already getting bored of the level structure, comets are introduced, which are a fun way to spice up levels that you have already played, whether by having to race a Cosmic Mario, which is a new introduction into this game, or having to reface a boss with only 1 health, which are pretty fun, admittedly. I do like those a lot. Sometime after you unlock the 3rd dome, you also unlock Rosalina's Library, which is just Rosalina sitting in a chair surrounded by Lumas telling them a story. Chapters of the story are unlocked as you play throughout the game, and the full story is a bittersweet tale of how Rosalina had to deal with the loss of her mother and leaving her own planet, while also finding herself becoming the mother of the Lumas and finding a new home on this ship. With the story ending by telling us that Rosalina passes by her home planet every 100 years. Get it? If you don't, I'm gonna just let you figure that one out. Throughout the game, there's a few different power-ups, those being Bee Mario, which turns you into a bee, Boo Mario, which turns you into a boo, Spring Mario, which turns you into a spring. Are you getting the pattern here? All these power-ups are kind of cool, as they do change Mario's moveset entirely, mostly in terms of jumping, I guess, but I don't know, I think they're kind of gimmicky, as they're really only thrown in a couple of levels, and then even that, it feels like the levels were made for the power-ups, so I don't know. I don't think Mario Galaxy would be a worse game if the power-ups weren't there, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it would change all too much. And I can already hear you guys now.
Oh my god, you didn't talk about the fire flower. You didn't talk about the ice flower.
Yeah, they suck. They're not good. They're not good in this game. Unfortunately, I think Super Mario Bros. Wii is just a better example of those power-ups. And do you want to know why? I'll give you a second to think about it.
Okay.
It's because they're not on a fucking timer. I don't know. I just think that those power-ups being on a timer kind of kills it. And even then, the ice flower isn't like that useful anyways. Like, oh, you can walk on water. Luigi is here. I didn't know how to segue this one. I didn't know how to segue this one at all. But yeah, Luigi's here. And you find Luigi in the level where you find the Boo power-up, which is kind of funny because Luigi's Mansion, it came out a few years before, so I'm pretty sure that game was like the foundation of like, oh, Luigi's a big scaredy cat. But yeah, Luigi's here, and throughout the game, he will send you letters from different galaxies stating that he is stuck and needs you to come rescue him. Besides that, he also shows you what green stars are, which are stars that are hidden throughout different galaxies and are a pretty fun challenge to find. After you unlock the 5th dome, the countdown appears. This countdown is how many stars you need until you're able to fly to the center of the universe. But if the first 5 observatories aren't really your style, there's a 6th one you can unlock, which has just a few more levels. There's no Bowser level in this one though. You can also unlock the gateway to the Starry Sky, where you were at the start of the game. Here you meet a red Luma who tells you that all Lumas are waiting to fulfill their greater purpose, whether that be becoming a planet, galaxy, or a launch star. Here you also get the power of the red star, which is the hidden 6th power-up, which it's fun for like 5 minutes. I don't know. I don't want to be like a pessimist. I'm not trying to be like a power-up pessimist over here. I don't think any of them are that strong in the game. I think, like, okay, you get the red star, you fly around the planet. Okay, that's cool. It's a fun level. And then you fly around in the Comet Observatory, and it's like, okay, that's cool for like 5 minutes. But it's not like there's anywhere that you can reach that you can't already reach without the power-ups. I don't know. It's not like there's anywhere to explore. You're literally just flying around. I don't know, it's just goofy. Once you have 60 stars or more and are feeling ready, it is time to face Bowser in the center of the universe. This last level feels just weirdly easy. I don't know if at this point in the game I'm just that goated on the sticks, or if it just is like a little baby level, but it really isn't too hard to get to Bowser in this one. At the end, as you see Bowser and Bowser Jr. standing before you, you realize that this fight will not be like the others. I really like that Bowser turns into a ball here. He's not done that before, and I think he should do it again. Many times. But unfortunately, other than that, I mean, it really is just an extended battle of the ones you've done before. It's just, just shoots out more little butt lasers and runs a little faster, I guess. But other than that, I mean, it's just kind of the same thing. You hit Bowser around, give him a good old smacking, and before you know it, his empire is imploding on itself. Literally it actually just turns into a black hole. I'm not joking. And as everybody is hopelessly being sucked into this thing, being spaghettified. I mean, the characters that we love and we know, Luma selflessly sacrifices himself and creates the Big Bang, I think. I don't know. Now this is where I might sound really stupid here. So sorry for that. But what the fuck happens at this point? Is it like a whole like universe reset? Because I mean, I thought from the way it looked, wasn't looking too good. At least my knowledge of black holes, you can't really get out of them. At least to my knowledge. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you guys have some tips in the comments or something. But so that paired with the fact that Mario screams like, "Welcome, new galaxy!" New galaxy? What are you talking about? And then on top of that, right, okay, maybe those things are just like, okay, maybe it's the wording, maybe it's just like, he's caught up in the moment. There's like a weird dream with Rosalina, where she's like all giant, and there's babies crying behind her. That's like a weirdly ethereal dream. I don't, like, is she God? Is she God? Once you beat the game, however, there is still more to do. You unlock the Purple Comet, which has you traversing levels you've already beaten, collecting purple coins. Yay! Or you can collect the remaining stars to get a total of 121 stars, and upon doing that, you unlock Luigi as a playable character. Besides Super Mario 64 DS, I don't think Luigi has really been playable in a 3D Mario game up until this point, because I think this is the third 3D Mario game up until this point. So Luigi plays a little bit differently than Mario, as he jumps just a little bit higher and is a little bit slidier. So keep that in mind when you're playing. And if you end up just having such a great time and getting all 121 stars with Luigi, then you unlock the secret final level, which I'm not going to spoil because I want all of you guys to go play through it. So just have at it, man. Go enjoy this game. I mean, go enjoy, the music, the atmosphere, the fat Lumas, enjoy it all. It's just great. I really love this game. I mean, I don't even think this is one where I can say, like, okay, obviously I'm biased, right? Obviously I'm biased. I mean, I played this game when I was a little baby, but I think it's just that good of a game. I really do. I really, really do. It's such a good game that the developers loved it so much, and they just had so many ideas that they ended up having to fit all of those ideas into the fucking sequel. And that's what Mario Galaxy 2 is, bitches. Peace.